Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Richmond Downtown Neighborhood Association is working towards helping those struggling with housing. And some Appalachian nonprofits are receiving grants to help launch a new fund for young entrepreneurs.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:35 on November 29th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, I almost didn't know the date.
Yeah, no, I heard you struggle with that for just a second. I was just like, she got it though, but yeah.
I had to look
coming
down
quickly to an end there.
I know. We're almost to December.
Exactly. Well, a couple more days away, but I can tell you it's already feeling like December across the region this morning. Teens across the region. So again, it's just one of those cold days out there. Downtown Whitesburg, we can continue to see there about 22 there. Kind of quiet on Main Street this morning, but overall not too bad. It's a little bit on the cold side, as we mentioned. Look at that. 22 Jackson, Prestonsburg, and Whitesburg, 20 in Pikeville, 20 in Harlan, 21 in Hazard, and then teens across the rest of the region with 12 in Clintwood and Jonesville being the coldest spots. All right, temperature difference. I was curious to see this one. 20 degrees colder in Ashland and Monticello this morning, and then double digits everywhere except for Wise on the colder side. So again, the breakdown today, it's going to be better. It's going to take a little while. 47 this afternoon, give or take a degree or two. Sunshine all day long. Remember, there's frost out there this morning if your car was left outside. Regardless if it was or wasn't, make sure you give yourself time to warm it up. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Earlier this week, we brought you the story of Kentucky sports radio host and Bell County native Matt Jones, opening up about his epilepsy and using his statewide platform to bring awareness to the neurological disease. Yesterday, Amber Philpott sat down with the Epilepsy Foundation of Kentuckiana to talk about how Matt's story not only brings awareness, but also helps lessen a stigma that 174,000 Kentuckians can often live with just because of the diagnosis.
You know, I'm not ashamed to have epilepsy. It's a medical condition.
When someone like Kentucky sports radio host Matt Jones makes a statement like that, it's something Beth Stivers, the executive director of the Epilepsy Foundation of Kentuckiana, loves hearing.
We need to know about epilepsy is that it is a lot more common than people think that it is. About 1 in 26 people are living with epilepsy in the United States.
In her role, Stivers not only raises awareness, but also educates the public on epilepsy, a neurological condition that can cause seizures. The disease can often come with a stigma.
It doesn't make sense to us, like how a medical condition can make people be so afraid and not want to talk about it and shun people.
Jones is one of the 174,000 Kentuckians living with epilepsy. He had his first seizure at 22.
Epilepsy can be, it can be a very lonely feeling. You know, you have something happen that's very hard to describe. You sort of black out for a little while, but you're there, but you're not there, and that's hard for people to understand.
Jones has a captive audience. He has radio fans all across the state.
Welcome back, hour number 2 here at Kentucky Sports
He's
Radio.
been open about his epilepsy, and by lending his voice, it's given the Epilepsy Foundation a chance to tap in to a statewide audience using grant money for ads, for education, and rural outreach.
To us, it means a whole lot that he's brave enough to talk about it, because I know it's not easy. It's not something people want to talk about a lot of the time.
Jones, in turn, has given back, raising money for the foundation, funds that help connect people with epilepsy to the resources they need. 23-year-old Jackson Kern of Lexington is one of those newly diagnosed Kentuckians. Last August, the Bellarmine soccer player had his first seizure.
I was in my driveway and ended up having my first seizure, but at the time, didn't know what was going on because I blacked out.
Kern, now on medication to control his seizures, spends his time advocating for others like him, especially fellow athletes who might feel alone in their own diagnosis.
I kind of wanted to help out, do my part. I found this opportunity to help, people like me, younger kids that want to pursue dreams like play athletics.
For both Kern and Matt Jones, they're living with something they didn't choose, but instead are focused on being open and honest and hoping to give a voice to others like them.
it doesn't have to define who you are. You could do whatever you want. You can take your dreams to whatever you want.
There are resources available, and you can watch the previous story on KSR. Host Matt Jones dealing with his epilepsy diagnosis and how opening up about it was so rewarding in the WYMT News app or WYMT.com. One person is dead after a crash yesterday morning in Whitley County. It happened on Kentucky 92 East. Officials learned a Ford pickup truck crossed the center line, colliding with a Kenworth tractor trailer. 52-year-old Linda Bedford of Pineville was driving the pickup truck and was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say she was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. A portion of the roadway was closed for several hours yesterday. Police in Pike County have released more information on a recent excavator theft. Here's video of the incident. It happened sometime early in the morning last Wednesday at the Pikeville Industrial Park. Pikeville police believe a dark-colored truck with a flatbed trailer was used to steal the vehicle. If you have any information about the theft or the vehicle used in the crime, call Pikeville Police at 606-437-5111 or send them a message on Facebook. Multiple police departments are looking for a man who has been missing for more than a week. 34-year-old Logan Stanley was last seen in Dickinson County, Virginia, back on November 20th. Stanley is 5 feet 10 inches tall and 180 pounds with dark brown hair and blue-green eyes. He was last seen driving a black Ford EcoSport. If you have any information about the case, you were asked to contact the Dickinson County Sheriff's Office at 276-926-1600. The Richmond Downtown Neighborhood Association is working to help those struggling with housing. This Thursday, they will be handing out mittens, hats, scarves, and gloves at the Millstones Park. The Richmond Downtown Neighborhood Association is a new group of concerned citizens making up about 10 core members. They say their purpose is to do positive things for the city and not complain about what they say needs to be accomplished.
Wherever we feel that there is a need, we're going to hopefully focus our efforts in that direction.
The Richmond Downtown Neighborhood Association is encouraging anyone to join from the community that wants to help. 3 Appalachian nonprofits received a grant from a federal agency that will help launch a new fund. The U.S. Economic Development Administration donated $680,000 towards an angel investment fund. The fund has $1 million ready for private investment, but also potentially $4 million to leverage in capital. Organizer Jeff Marietta says they want to give Eastern Kentuckians opportunities.
What we need to do is bring this money and make sure it can find its way to Eastern Kentucky, because there are a lot of great entrepreneurs, a lot of really incredible projects and work going on, but they don't have that access to that higher risk capital that an angel fund would provide.
Marietta says they will also have the ability to reach out to other funding networks that can assist businesses interested. Organizers are working to hire an impact investment coordinator for the fund. Coming up, Jennifer Lopez has a new album coming out sooner than you might think.
And a frigid morning gives way to a fantastic afternoon. We'll tell you about the rest of the week and the rest of the month here heading into the new month in about 3 minutes.